everybody, welcome back to another episode of Tea Time with Key, where you guys get to hear all the tea on how these entrepreneurs have been so successful. If you haven't already, make sure to subscribe to the channel and give this video a thumbs up. Today's episode, I actually have two guests instead of one, and they're going to tell you guys all about their new business. Tell us a little bit about yourselves.
Well, I'm Derrius Mallory, COO and co-founder of Splinter Funding. I currently am a senior marketing student at North Carolina A&T.
And I'm Devin Foster, CEO of Splinter Funding and co-founder. I'm a senior marketing student as well. I'm from Asheville, North Carolina, and glad to be here talking about Splinter Funding.
So where did you guys get the idea to start a crowdfunding? Well, what is Splinter Funding? Tell us what Splinter Funding is.
Yeah, in short term, Splinter Funding is a simplistic but sophisticated crowdfunding network. How we got started?
Yeah, a little bit about how we got started. Actually, we actually had another partner initially, but he came to us wanting to start an on-campus organization of sorts for people that has an entrepreneur mind, wanted to learn more about each other or help each other promote their business. And from there, we actually created the idea of Splinter Funding, taking it online, taking it for a for-profit business to where we could actually help businesses in a crowdfunding standpoint gain funding for their companies. Because we know in the minority community specifically, we're underrepresented, I should say, in the market. Minorities actually only own, 15% of the market?
Well, not 19% to be exact, but yeah, it's still small.
Right. So where did you guys get the idea to start a crowdfunding company?
I would say it's really just a lot of market research, learning what we can do, what we can't do, and what would be best for the target market that we're going after.
Right.
So that's where we came up with crowdfunding, being able to offer businesses a way to promote their business on the site and gain funding, but also give the people who donate on their site just a small incentive as well. So.
And where do you guys, what are the qualifications that people have to be able to receive funding with your business?
So as far as qualifications, I mean, we would love if everybody could be on the site, but we actually look into the people first. So on the site, once they create a campaign, you don't become an entrepreneur until you create a campaign. The campaign goes to us to be reviewed. So we look into the people first, like basically look into what's their passion behind the business. And then we go to the campaign, look and see do they have a full description that is clear and concise. So our consumers and donators, we call them our supporters, will be able to understand what they're trying to do, what they're trying to do with the money, what the money is used for. And also if they have great visuals, financials, description as well. So they also have to entail their risk. And later on, we want to get into actually doing a background check on our entrepreneurs.
Okay. And what is the average amount you guys would say you want to be able to help a company with?
We want to review, kind of just run down on what your business actually needs and get you the right amount of funding that can supply, or bring your creative idea to life. So,
who are some business owners or like some idols you guys have in business, maybe that do crowdfunding, anything like that? Do you guys look up to anyone?
Well, not necessarily in the crowdfunding industry, but like if I had to say, like I have somebody that I look up to business-wise, like right now, it's not in our industry, but as far as like the music game, QC, P, he has the upcoming label Quality Control. They have Migos, Little Baby. A lot of these, they took City Girls from where they were and brought it to where he is. But I say that to say I look up to him because I know when he talks about his story when he was coming in Atlanta. He used to take the bus. He just didn't make any excuses to bring his vision to life. So even though QC might not have took off back then like that now, just the hard work that he put in, he's able to build a dynasty right now. So I always say like just that motivation to keep on pushing. Like right now as a college student, it's hard to get your you might have some great ideas, but it's hard to bring them to life, so just to keep on pushing and see what it can turn into.
And D, I like that you mentioned for the person you look up to that they made no excuses for what they wanted to do. And you also mentioned like you guys are both full-time college students, seniors in college. What has been able to keep y'all going with this, like amongst everything that you have to do? Because Devin, we talked about this back in September, I think. So it's nice to see that you guys' vision got brought to life. So what's keeping you guys motivated? What kept you guys going?
I would definitely say just having a strong accountability team, and then like I said, just watching your space that you keep around you, because like you said, being in school, trying to be an entrepreneur, bring your ideas to life, paying rent, keeping your life intact as well. It's like, it can be a lot, life is hard, but like you said, having those around you that'll push you and, check you, sometimes you may be stuck, having a friend that'll say, hey, I know you better than that, so go do that. Or like I said, watching what you feed and pour into yourself. Like, so try not to be on social media as much, picking up a book to read and, just different things like that.
It's definitely a challenge. I'd say entrepreneurship is definitely not for the weak-hearted or weak-minded. It's both depressing and also fulfilling at the same time. Like you said, we talked about it a long time ago, and we've actually been working on this since 2017?
Yeah, like late 2017,
early 2017. But I say that to say, like, there's a whole lot of stuff, whether it's me dealing with school, getting distracted, or just learning about new things as far as the industry, what we're doing. Like, it's so many ups and downs that, like, you really have to have that support team. And I'm a man of faith, so also just believing in God that He has a plan for us and that everything works out, or even if it doesn't work out, but I know it's going to work out. Like, it's already been written, it's already in there. Just having that faith is what brings us back every time, for real, because there's going to be so many ups and downs. So many.
Can't count.
Just last semester, actually, we kind of like took a period off just because we didn't see it coming into fruition. But like, you just gotta keep working regardless.
And like, with you bringing up God, I always just ask everybody, like, how does He play a role in you all's life?
For me, it's definitely it's a working process, because I feel like my faith is always building. Me personally, just a moment of clarity, like this past year or so, my faith hasn't been as strong. But I realized that, and I realized that that's a whole lot of the pieces that was going wrong in my life. So once I realized that, like, making that step to take the small steps to get back at it is what's continued to keep me going and keep me driven. Or even if my mind is wandering one day or a week, or I'm just completely thrown off track, once I get back to that foundation, like, that's what really keeps the core energy in me going. So it's really just a process for me, I would say.
It is. It really is. Like, and it's so true. Like, everything is already written. It's like, sometimes it's hard when you don't see things coming to fruition like as fast as you think it will. But everything's already written, so you just have to have faith that it's just going to happen for you. How big do you guys see Splinter Funding growing?
That's a good question. Of course, you want to look big on big, but like you said, kind of how this idea originally started around late 2017, and you see right now we're in about top of 2019 or mid. But I would just say, like, we want to start simple first and then build our way to what we expect it to be. A fun fact, like I said, is 81% of businesses in America are owned by non-minorities, and that other 19% is owned by minority-owned business or minority-owned business owners. So, and that 19% breaks down between Hispanics, Asians, Black people as well. But even speaking on the Black community, they only own 2% of that. So. It's just a lot of room for growth right there, and I think, with our skill that we have lined up for our business, I know that we can touch up on a few more things, but we want to just let our business grow and get to where we wanted to, where we envision.
Yeah, I think the main goal for us now, like, we know it could be big, but as a starting at this point, it's not even focusing on how big it could be. It's more so focusing, all right, look, when this gets up and running, this could be something that could really make an impact to the minority entrepreneurship community as a whole, minority and women entrepreneurship community. So it's more so just the purpose, and once the purpose is like fulfilled, then we know it's going to the roof. So we're not even worried about how big it's going to get. It's a matter of how big can we impact community.
What advice would you guys give to college students maybe aspiring to start up a business, or that have an idea but they're scared to take that leap of faith and actually bring it to fruition?
The biggest thing that you can do is, like I said, write down that goal that you have. You know that you might not hit that goal when you initially plan on doing it. Definitely keep your idea to yourself, keep it before you just, go out here and tell everybody, because people will steal your energy, and just to create a product, just steal your creative energy toward it.
This is so cliche, like people say it all the time, like you're gonna fail, but I think a lot of people think of failing as in like the whole business fails or you gotta stop doing the business. That could be a big failure. Also, there's so many smaller failures within you even doing the process of doing your business. So being able to accept those small failures and figure out how you can move on from that is something that we've had to figure out along the process. So.
And lastly, how can we donate to Splinter Funding?
Check out our GoFundMe link. Help us get to where we need to be, because we still have ourselves. We're a funding platform. We still have funding that we need to be able to operate legally and efficiently. So, thank you for watching the video.
Thank you guys for letting me interview you.
Thank you for hosting us.
Appreciate you.
But yeah, we appreciate everybody who's watching the video, and just keep up. Follow us and keep updated on what's to come next.
So I'm gonna include everything in the description box. Thanks again for watching another episode of Tea Time with Key.